What's up, people? One Up Punch here. Decided to pick up a game for $25 called The Light Brigade for Oculus Quest 2 and some other VRs. What is this game? It's a roguelike, actually, if you can believe it. And it is fun as hell. Here's why. It has physics or gun physics in the game to where, like, your gun will flop around unless you, like, have both your hands on it, or kind of like a real gun, essentially. But the whole story is that humanity and all these people that are trying to survive this, like, shadow darkness, or I don't know what they exactly call them, these, like, shadow beings, are trying to kill them all. And basically the Light Brigade is like these soldiers of this church or this mother that is trying to destroy them all and, you know, save humanity. So this game has a lot of, like, different classes you could choose from. They have cards you could use for upgradable, like, bonuses and boosts and status. Then they have weapon charms for your different guns that allow you to do, like, piercing, bomb, which is the one I have right now for my scout, and many different other things. So let's go ahead and talk about the actual gameplay and how it works out. The first thing is when you're playing this game, especially on the Oculus, is that you have to use the grips to reload and to do all the other actions. I don't know if you can change the settings. You probably can to, like, the trigger, but grip is essentially to take the magazine out and then obviously cock the gun. So do both grips when you do that. Then they also have the teleportation, which is the flick of the joystick. So when you go, like, up on the joystick, then it'll allow you to teleport or blink to, like, a ledge or a different area. You can also two-hand guns. Sometimes I just one-hand the Mauser itself. But there's different loadouts too. For example, I'm playing the Scout loadout, which allows you to have the SMG or the grease gun, the Mauser pistol, and I think some other things. The normal class I was playing was the Rifleman, and they had the Gewehr, another pistol, which this is what it would be like, except that is corrupted. You can pick up their corrupted firearms. The only problem is you can't carry them. Once the ammunition is gone, then you have to go and drop it or use your own. They also have different outposts, like every time you finish a level. If you save Jude, they'll give you different things like cards or stun grenades you could use to throw at the enemy and stun them or kill them. They also have different cards that allow for status increases, getting 10% on additional critical chance, or, you know, whichever. Or I wanted to show this guy off as like a sneak peek because this is the boss I'm fighting now. There's about another boss beforehand, you fight him, and they have, like, frost, and he flies around everywhere. This guy's gimmick is that he has a bunch of, like, pipes around him, and I have to essentially turn off those, like, pipes so that I can hit him because he's invulnerable to damage otherwise. Sadly enough, that run didn't work out because the guy killed me with his acid. However, I wanted to show this off too. This is the last temple. This is basically your HQ. The person you're looking at is called Mother, to where, like, you could pray, which is, yes, you actually pray in this game. If you clap your hands together, you'll do, like, a prayer, and it'll do different things. But before that, this is the gunsmith. This is the guy that would go for upgrading of your pistol, your primary firearm, your passive, your money, and your wand, which is something I don't really barely use that much because it's kind of weird and wonky. But they have the different loadouts you could upgrade. Like if you're playing the Rifleman, you upgrade your Gewehr and your pistol, or messing around with your different prayer stuff. So the prayer thing basically is that you clap your hands together and you start to pray, and it does, like, this ding sound. This is for also changing of your different class. So you put your hands together, and then boom, you're that different class. The other thing with prayer is when you're inside of, like, a level, or you're doing forest, or just, like, fighting enemies, when you pray, it shows where they are for a couple of seconds, or like about a minute or so. And that's pretty useful. The other thing is to open up doors, which there's, like, crystal on the edge of it, and when you pray, it opens it up. So essentially, you're going down through these different areas, and every time you die, you have to restart going back to the original area and then beyond. So every boss that you kill, every person you fight, is going to be fighting over again, but it's different because it's all procedurally generated, which is something I also forgot to talk a little bit about. It's really weird to go into like the forest area and then see it completely different with bodies like that are impaled by ice. And I'm not gonna lie, man, the only problem I've had with this game so far is a little bit of the janky movement and the turning, and sometimes with trying to like see things or get into a firefight, enemies get stuck into walls and try to shoot through them. Otherwise than that, I've been One Nut Punch, and this has been another video. Last but not least, whenever you find a chest or you find little pots on the ground that are red and yellow, smash them and open them up with the grips. They'll have stuff inside them, as well as attachments and cards to boost out your guy. Anyway, I've been One Nut Punch. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.